What is up, Internet? It's your boy Tinku, and today we're going to be talking about an anime that caught me off guard because I didn't think I was going to like it. I didn't think it was my cup of tea, but the more I watch it, this is the anime I'm finding, oh, I want that next episode. I want to see what happens because I'm curious. So before we get started, don't forget to like those videos, watch those videos, subscribe to the channel, and of course, always comment down below or on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, which seems to be your guys' favorite way of talking to me. Today we're going to be talking about an anime called Otama Game Sekai wa Mob ni Kibishi Sakai Desu. In English, it is Trapped in a Dating Sim, the world of Otama games is tough for mobs. This is a isekai, so that's where it got me. And it's about a gentleman who was forced to play in a reverse harem game. Now, reverse harems are like dudes with one girl, which is fine. Not my cup of tea. That's why I didn't think I was going to like it. But they did a kind of a switcheroo on me, so I'm kind of, oh, wow, okay. And he's forced to play this game, and he plays this game to the point of exhaustion, 100%s it, buys some of the in-game purchases, stuff like that. And on the way to get some food, he falls down the stairs and dies. So he gets reincarnated as Leon Fau Barfort, which is a backcountry noble in the world of this game. However, this character that gets incarnated wasn't part of the game. He doesn't know what it is. He has full knowledge of the game because he 100%ed it. So he's like, oh, I'm a mob. So I'm just going to live life as a mob and do what I can to live in this world. And he knows he has to go to the academy because that's where you find your marriage partner, your wife. He's using some of his knowledge from the game and where to get certain things in order to raise money to fund his academy life. And so that part's kind of funny because his stepmom, because in this thing, it's a woman-dominated world, obviously, because it's a reverse harem game. So his dad was married to a baroness, but his dad also had his mom, but even though men are allowed to do this because they're not valued, and they're just there for like marriage proposals and political, it's like reverse, like they're there for the political reasons, things like that. And so he's the product of his father and his mother, but not the baroness, but the baroness is in charge, and it's kind of a bee and uses all the children for political marriages and stuff. So it's really interesting. It's really weird, but for some reason I'm into it. He finds his way to the academy. It's funny because he's trying to attract women, but he's a what they call him, a backyard baron, like a boonies baron. So none of the women want to marry him because they want to get married to the popular people. Well, he ends up befriending Olivia, and it's weird to him because Olivia is the main protagonist of the game. But for some reason, in this world where he's reincarnated, that's about the game, she's not the main character anymore. She got replaced by this little lolly character girl, and he can't quite figure out why. And, of course, the main characters, or the dudes, is the prince of the kingdom, and his 4 best friends, knights, blah, blah, whatever. I don't want to go into their names because they're super long, and they're annoying. But yeah, it's the prince and his his entourage, if you will, and they're all revolve around this girl that wasn't in the game, and he doesn't understand why, and he feels bad for Olivia because Olivia in the game is a backcountry noble. She's a commoner, actually. They got scholarship, and that usual kind of storyline. But in this world, everybody treats her like garbage because she's a commoner, and she's not the main protagonist of the story, so he doesn't understand. So things are starting to be tweaked and changed, so he befriends her. Okay, good. Well, he also ends up befriending Angelica Ralpha Redgrave, who is the main villainess of the game, but as he sees it from the outside looking in, she's really not that bad. She was just doing her duty in this world, and she keeps getting crapped on by the prince and his buddies for no reason. They treat her like garbage, and so he kind of befriends her too, even though she's the main villainess of the game, because the way that the princes and his entourage is acting, he can't stand it. He tries to stay out of it because he just wants to live his life as a mob, but he always finds himself in these situations, thrust into it by either coincidence or the prince and his little entourage does something to just really upset him because he's like, dude, you're being a dick, stop. So that's pretty much what happens. And then you find out about the girl the little lolly character that turned out to be the main character in this world now. You find stuff about her that kind of makes sense. It's kind of weird because they do the thing where it's a reverse harem, right? One girl and all the dudes vying for attention. And that storyline's still there because that's what the game was about. But they also got like the main story now of the main guy Leon, who's befriending the ex-main character of the game, the villainess of the game, and so he's kind of in a way getting his own harem-ish type things, even though, like he said, he's just their friends. I don't know where they're going to go with it. And that's what the point of this is. It's very intriguing. You don't know which way they're going to go with it. Because there's events in the game that's happening, like he remembers it. Oh, this event's happening, this fight's happening, this contest is happening, but it's not happening with the people from the game that he's remembered. Like, there's bits and pieces, oh yeah, this person's supposed to be here, this person's not. So he's just like confused as far as how it goes. But remember, he's OP because he has knowledge from the game. So earlier on, he went treasure hunting and found a bunch of treasures. He got a hold of this technological ship, because that's part of the games. That's from an ancient civilization that only he can control. That's super OP in the game, and he has command of it. You know, the other players don't know about it because, you know, they're just following the script of the game to a certain extent. So I don't know. It's super intriguing. I can't, and it's funny. That's another thing. It's hilarious. Some of the situations you get to when he's like, oh no, I'm just a mob, I'm trying to back out, when he keeps getting rejected, and then like you just see it, and then he just gets so irritated when he sees the main story part going on and what the princess and his little entourage are doing. He steps in and just is like, it's hilarious. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. You guys think crazy? Do you guys like it? Do you like that kind of shows? I've never really watched the type of like, oh, I got reincarnated as a villainous type stuff. I have some of it, but I haven't got around to watching it. But this is the first one where I've watched a couple episodes, and I was like, oh, I need the next one. I need the next one. So, you know, I say, maybe I'm crazy. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys like this type of videos, Editor Senpai will toss them up in the corners for you. And remember, if you can't trust a random fat guy you met on the internet, then who can you trust? And everybody have an awesome day.